Hello! Welcome to my YouTube channel, Black Beautician. One no-show, looks like I'm gonna have another. I'm eating sardines. I really love sardines. I grew up eating them, but it sounds so gross to most northerners I meet that I don't buy them because I don't want to hear their mouths when they start panicking of the smell of the sardines, which I don't think is super offensive, but people literally lose their mind to the smell of sardines. And I want to understand why. I don't know. I wish I had some mustard with this, actually. Some mustard would have hit the spot, honey. But when in doubt, Crystal. Amen is. Just put a little bit. Me and sardines go together real bad. Real bad. Anyway, I'm watching Rizzoli and Isles and also trying to do my work. I realize I just keep forgetting to talk about books, so I'm going to do that now. I finished this book called, I'm currently reading Burn Down Master's House, and I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it. I love the opening. There was just one part of the opening I didn't like. I'm loving the pace. I'm loving how raw the storytelling is. And I'm loving the character development. And there's two characters in particular I am very interested to follow. And I think this is a unique story and not like another slavery narrative that people love to say, which I think is offensive. But I think this is a unique story about enslaved history of Black people, because currently where I'm at in the book, there's a queer relationship being explored, and I think that's really important to have those voices be told. And that's just kind of like where I'm at right now. And I don't know what book I would read next. I did see that I just got I Don't Wish You Well. And this is a book that I've been waiting to read, so I think I would just read this one next. I got a couple books on Libro FM as well. I don't know which one of those I'll read, but I'm having like a strong urge to just want to read comics as well. So I just got to figure out my life and which hoopla account works and get to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then check in when I can, and I'll see you guys later. I'm going to pretend that I don't have homework due in a couple hours, and I'm going to catch up on to Traitors. I'm on season 4, episode 4. This is not usually my content. I have Angela with me. Angie, baby. Baby Angie. Say hello. Say hey. You're going to love it, Angela. It's going to be great. They got beef with Ron. They need to be having beef with Michael's stink ass. Right, Angela? Speak your truth. Let them know. Let them know, Angela. Just hanging out on my boob. As you should, you know?
I'm not an always on person, and I did not know coming into this situation that off is a real detriment, because it makes it feel like you're not into it. But I am into it.
I think it's interesting how they go against each other, because I'd be like,
very random. Probably because I don't have suspicions of her.
Listen very carefully, faithful. This is
she
your
got plans of her own.
toss another traitor into the flames.
You're sliding down.
Hope another innocent doesn't get burned.
Don't be showing people my goodies.
The floor is yours.
Don't be showing them my goodies, Angela. I should have got you a little snack. I forget this girl name, but she is cussing them out.
Well, Ron, you're all over the place too. You're saying my name today. Where's that come from?
yesterday with the very light steps that I heard.
I have something.
Angela, you're supposed to be chill. You're exploring. You're like, let's go out. Let's hang out.
I gave a plea to the traitors. If you're a traitor, you heard my plea. I said, if you murder me tonight, I hope that my ghost and the ghost of all the other faithfuls haunt you for the rest of your life. And I heard a laugh.
Tiffany said, you might want another career just for why you here.
And I could not ignore it.
Are you trying to come up here?
Tiffany.
About to fucking find out if Tiffany is the faithful.
I told myself coming into this game, be careful with how you are because not everyone will understand. I'm a faithful.
Yeah, just a bunch of motherfuckers that ain't choosing logic. Look at this. Not the tears. I need Michael to shut the fuck up. I actually need him off the show. He already pro-Israel, and I just, I can't! Angela, you want to tell him what you did? Say it with your chest. Say that you pissed on me. Say that you pissed on me. Let him know you pissy. Huh? Pissing on me. So, I gotta pause so I can shower and wash my sheets. Well, wash this rag that I had. That's why I bought the rag, because I said, what if she piss on me? I decided to watch one more episode and then work on my homework while I'm watching Charmed or something. What was I trying to say? You know how you buy something with the hopes that future you would thank you, but you're not sure? That's what I do. I always like to do stuff to make future Bree life a little less hell. And this is my favorite cream. I put it on when I wake up. I put it on when I go to sleep. I never thought that I would find a cream that I like or could tell the difference in my skin. And this is not a paid advertisement, and this is not a cheap cream. So before I decided to divest from Amazon, I did Prime Days or something, maybe a year ago, year and a half, I'm not sure. Anyway, this is the brand. It's Corsex Moisture Power Enriched Cream. And I literally knew that I had maybe a day and a half because I just put on the last one. Like it be having you, girl. So I just knew, like I was like, yeah, it's expensive and I'm not paying for it. And it is what it is. I'm just have to use some shea butter and work it out. Anyway, it was like, I think it was like 15 bucks when I got it. When I bought 3 a year and a half ago. And then I was like, I thought I bought 2, but I bought 3. I just found this. I have like a little box of what I call like overstock of like just feminine products and just things you should keep on hand. My dad taught me that when I was younger, when I first started like my period and stuff, like how important it is for you to have like extras, not like a lot, but just like 1 or 2 extra of stuff. So that's just pretty much how I shop, especially if things are on sale. And I say all this to say I'm so excited that I have an additional one, so I won't be ashy tomorrow. Yes, it would have just been shea butter, but yeah. So unless the Korean company is trying to go on a sale, I didn't even see this on the Korean website when I was looking the other day. I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'll see y'all next clip. Just reminiscing. Remember when she had long locks? What a cutie. Unfortunately, y'all, it is time for me to take you to my creepy ass basement. Creepy ass basement. Since Angela pissed on me, I had to wash my whole body. And even like, I always had her on myself, she's a reptile, but I had to wash my body, and don't even know if you can see. And I just had to make sure that I wash the blankets like as soon as possible. Oh no. Shit. Why would it fall? That's some bullshit. Anyway. The blankets. Yep. I did have to smell it. I threw in my nightgown that y'all see me on with 2 days, but this is what depression looks like. So, no problem. Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. I was getting ready to put, damn. How did I knew you were going to be moving with the movers and the shakers? I'm trying to find a place to sit you, but I don't think that's going to work. But I'm going to put, this is my scarf I wear every day. It's like warmth. It's like an infinity scarf. I love it. I love it. I've been trying to wash these other 2 blankets. I also hope to have energy tomorrow or maybe later today, depends on where I'm at, to do a load of laundry as well. I have 1 load. I have 2 laundry baskets. They're like kind of small. And one of them is, I filled it. So I'm trying to be more on top of my laundry because I hate laundry. I hate it. I hate doing it. It truly sucks. Okay. Let's see if I got stuff on this lint thing. I do not. Yay. Love that for me. I do enjoy that every day I'm feeling a little bit better. It's like very little, but feeling a little bit better. I was on the phone with my favorite cousin Dre today, yesterday, the day before, and he always reminds me that I can call him, but he got 50-11 kids. Dre, if you watch, you know you got 50-11 kids. So I'll be like, maybe he ain't got time for your girl. Anyway, where's my water? I got my water. I done have my cell phone. Cut off the light. I got my homework. I got my things. Even though I love juice and I'm addicted, what's a greater combo than ice cold water? I'm not finding it. But anyway, I got 2 textbooks I need. Continuing syntax and then historical linguistics. I'm gonna catch up on that reading, and then I am going to sit here and watch this 1 more episode, probably loosely, but you know, paying attention, and then I'll just read and figure things out. You know what I mean? I hate to say I'm losing steam, y'all. I also saw or was watching a bunch of videos about the Epstein files, and Pusha T. Negro, what are you doing? Jay-Z? Right? Pusha? Seriously? But I should have known. Someone quite right in the cabeza. When you made a post to your wife about having another child and pretty much said that you're just there, but you're not actually participating in like feeding the child, bathing the child, like taking care of the things you should do as a parent. But you know, it's just it's what this creator, I think her name is Chief Queef, and she said it's not always a man, but it's always a man. And that is what I'm learning. A lot of shit that has come out through those files, a lot of evilness when we think about people who are in real positions of power. Why is it always a man? If it's not always a man, it's a woman furthering patriarchy. It's just patriarchy needs to be dismantled. It really just making my ass itch. I hate it. Y'all, they finally trying to understand that Michael is a piece of shit on the show. I don't like him as a person in real life, based on what I've known about him over the years. He is just a white man I cannot gravitate towards. But here they are. I am still trying to get done with one homework assignment. It is 11:12. And I wanted to be asleep by 10:30. And I have another assignment to do after this. I'm not even done with this. Not even close. Not even close. They have had enough of the gay bachelor. I hate to use that description, but it's what it is. I forget his name. I'm forgetting a lot of these people's name. I don't know what they're going to do. What episode is this? Episode 6. I don't know what they're going to do. How many do I have left? I might end up watching them all. I'm on 6. Oh, they have 2. I have 2 more, so I'm on 6. But anyway, yeah, it's looking rough. I even forgot my whole train of thought. I did finish one homework, and now I'm working on another. I wish I can listen to my audiobook because I really want to get into it. I'm reading Burning Down the Ashes. I really want to get into it because I left a spot where I'm like, did they get caught? I don't know. I really want to get back into my book, but this is what balance is called. I am hungry. So I'm going to take some time, make a little noodle situation. Little nude. No, I have some leftovers. I'm going to take that out and wait for that to not be as cold because it's sushi. I like to give it a minute to get the chill off and then eat it because it's too sensitive for my teeth. So I'm going to do that. I finished the first assignment. I just have to put it in Grammarly because your girl is very dyslexic. And then I'm going to start reading this other article, which sounds really dope. So I'll do that. Wait. Season 4. What the fuck is going on? Hold up. So you mean to tell me that Rob is out here bamboozling folks? You mean to tell me Farmer Boy from Love Island is out here pulling a okey doke? Is that the slang? Hoodwinking the crew? And they're falling for it, hook, line, and sinker? Oh my God, I gotta go to sleep. I finished both assignments. I wasn't even gonna do no check-in with you guys, but I'm done. Leah called him a bitch, guys, remember? Wow. My boy went into the water. Underneath the damn sidewalk thing to think. Our sensitive, soft king. I knew those little jabs he was doing in Love Island didn't really, I thought he had it in him to be this. Rob, deceptful? Wow. That's wild. And I was on my way to sleep. This light is so bright. This is offensive. Hey y'all, my stomach is in hell. Your stomach ever hurt so bad it's even hard to stand straight? I don't know what happened. My stomach's been hurting all day. I don't know if it's because I had a bubbler and then nothing to eat. I don't know what it is, but I get pains like this and I can't really move. So I'm just gonna sit here and lay in bed. And I'm gonna get a heating pad once I get the courage to get out of this bed. But I've done all of my classes from this bed, and I was gonna go to work today, but my stomach hurts so bad I can't even do it. Oh, so I just probably gonna have to work all day on Friday. So I didn't bring like the little light, but I have on this light. I don't know. Just put on a bunch of lights. You see me? I just went ahead and ran some errands, picked up some stuff, and now I'm on my way home. You ever be so hungry you feel like you're gonna eat yourself? Yeah. So I'm about 40 minutes away from home, so it's gonna be a long ride, but it's okay. I'm gonna have my audiobook on. Not my audiobook, my 70-page article that I'm supposed to read for class tomorrow. Now, I wanted to come to you and talk to you about this book that I'm reading called Burn the House Down. And I feel like this might be one of the best books I've read all year, because I didn't read the synopsis. I really just read it because of the title, and because I kind of figured what was going to be in the book. I kind of figured that there would be some slave narratives, some revolting. I just knew that get your lick back was going to happen. And if anyone has ever read When the Reckoning Come, this book is doing what I wish that book did in the end of that book, but I won't like spoil that at all. But we followed the story. I think if memory served me right, and if you read this book and you're like, Bree, you're saying it wrong, I'm sorry. It's really hard for me to remember characters' names. Rather, I read the book with my eyeballs, audiobook or ebook. It's just, I'm just a hard person to remember names. Just the other day, I was reintroduced to a friend of a friend, and he was like, oh, hey, Bree, how are you? And I was like, how are you? Forgot his name again. Don't even know his name. But so it follows the story of this. The story starts off with this woman named Ruby, or this young person named Ruby, and I think Luke is his name, and some things happened to them, and it got real brutal for them. And when I say it got real brutal, that we have on-page accounts, either explicitly or kind of implied, about the nature of the slaveholder. Sometimes I want to think of a word that really describes how evil the name of the white person who owned my ancestors, right? I feel like slave master, it don't fit. I don't know. Bitch ass person, I don't know. But anyway, the person who owned and enslaved Ruby and Luke tried to force them to do some things that was just really fucked up to listen to. And Luke is... The thing I loved about Luke character and this other character named Henry is because Henry had the memories of his homeland. He watched these white folks burn his village down to the ground. So when he got to this plantation, I think it was like Magnolia or something like that, plantation. When he got to this plantation, he talked to people about what his place was, like where he's from. He occasionally used Creole, even when he spoke, or his native tongue. I think Creole would also be, I don't know if, I'm not sure the language in Haiti that would have been spoken at that time, because French is also a colonizing ass language. You know what I'm saying? So he was speaking to them in his tongue. Not a lot, just, throwing in a word or two. And he got hooked up with Luke, and something very beautiful happened. And then there was a time where decisions had to be made, and those decisions were blocked. And then next thing we know, the Magnolia plantation is on fire. Then we go to another story of a little girl who was in that first plantation, and now she's on another plantation. And now we're reading it from her perspective, what she saw, how it feels to be in this new place, how this white man is raping her, like just things that are happening to her. And then you kind of see a fire in her, and just reading about her, there's like a weird kinship. No, I wouldn't say weird, because it's ancestral kinship that I have with this character. I don't often feel as connected to a character in this way. The last time I felt really connected to a character in this way was when I read Homegoing by Yagazi, and when I was reading the African Immortal series, even though the main character, I forget her name, she was pissing me off, I still felt like, girl, you can figure it out. I know you can. I know you can. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at without spoiling it. But just the themes of like being broken down. There are so many good quotes in this book. I wish I owned it physically, because there were so many like poignant one-liners that was just so on par of what was happening at that time. I think the author has a real gift of pace. I think the author has a real gift of brevity, being so compact and powerful that you feel it. You're not like, oh, he could have been more descriptive. I just really like this type of writing. And what I'm suspecting is that the title being Plural Houses, I'm really gonna get, I feel, I don't want to speak too soon, and I'm getting excited, but I feel like this is gonna be the first fiction book that I've read that includes slave narratives, enslaved people narratives, because I don't like just saying slave, enslaved people narratives, and that will actually result in getting their lick back. That will actually result in justice, and it will be served in the worst way. Because you ain't give a damn, now I don't give a fuck. And that's the energy I'm getting in this book. It's such a good book. If you have not read it or thinking about reading it, I really think you should get it. I know a couple other Black people I know are reading this book, and we're all having very similar reaction. Not to be monolithic, don't put us in a damn box. This is Black History Month of recording this. I don't know when you're going to get this vlog. Some shit is above me. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, very good book so far, and I hope to continue reading it because it's due in 2 days. So I hope to get a lot done, maybe tomorrow, or get a lot read tomorrow. I don't know, I'm doing a lot of mindful fucking scrolling online. It's impacting how much I'm reading. So I'll just have to switch that up. And I don't like reading via audiobook before bed, because I always lose where I'm at. That's why I wish I had the physical book, because I can just read and then I get sleepy, close it, and go to sleep. But I definitely want to own this book. And I know you've heard me say it. I don't know if it's in this vlog or another vlog. It was just a part in the beginning that I was like, man, that's leading to the erasure of other people while you're talking about the erasure of Black people. But outside of that, the actual story of how it's being told is really fucking good. I don't think I've ever read from this author before, and I really want to read more from this author, like bad. And the last time I felt like this with an author was S.A. Cosby. So I don't know what's happening. No, it wasn't S.A. Cosby. It was James Percival. Because James Percival owes me nothing. And, sorry, it was Percival Everett. Everett Percival? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I gotta get driving. Gotta get home. It is probably 9:55. I'm out way later than I even thought. But it's okay. And I'm gonna end this vlog here and start another one, because I just think that's what should be done. And I will see you guys in the next vlog. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm also going to put a link in the chat where you can, it's like so many resources, and to really keep you updated with what's going on here in Minneapolis. And it's called I Stand with Minnesota. So I will put that link below. I am still out here in the streets. I'm still doing what I can. I'm still trying to show up for as many people as I possibly can, whether that is financial assistance, rather that is being in community with people, rather that is marching, rather that's donating, whatever. Have to show up. And I feel like I'm org hopping, because there was like one org I was going to a lot to do things, and then now I saw another organization and I'll put their stuff right here, because I sent it to my friends and was like, you should donate if you can. But I don't know if you don't see it here, it's because their donation thing has stopped. Because there are some people who, you know, started receiving donations and stuff, and then they stopped because they stopped because the demand was, or people dropping off so much stuff was more than they physically had the space for. But, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Here in Minnesota, even though it is hell outside, there is still people who are, you know, acting in hope and still trying to do the best they can and show up. And there are a lot of people organizing. There are a lot of good things happening in this city, even though ICE and the Trump administration is heavily targeting us. A mouthful. A true mouthful. And I keep, like the last week, I keep trying to think positive, because I feel like I can get dark and go to despair real quick. I think I have that in me to go to it real quick. So, yeah. Just felt like I was just saying stuff. I just had to get those things out. But I will see you guys in the next vlog, and have a wonderful day.